Hi KSET 2026 aspirants. So this video is for those students who have now completed their 11th and have come to 12th, right? So many of you would be an aspirant of KSET 2026, okay? So in this video, we will be discussing a detailed roadmap for KSET plus JEE 2026, okay? So this video will be majorly for KSET, but yes, in our channel, we are going to soon start a series for JEE as well, okay? So we will be solving previous year questions of all the important chapters, strategies, everything we will be discussing for JEE as well. So many of the students I know will be writing for both KSET and JEE 2026. So this video is for all of you, okay? So see, from the starting of the session you should have a clear picture that okay, in this month what I should be doing, in this month what I should be doing. So if you have a clear picture from the very day one, from the very first day, then definitely you will be able to achieve your target. If you are just studying randomly without any plan, without any foresight that what I am, what I want to get, what I want to do, if there is no plan, then this is very difficult to achieve your target, right? So in this video we are discussing a detailed 1 year roadmap plan majorly for KSET. JEE we will be doing in our channel, so do not worry. So that's why I have written KSET plus JEE 2026, okay? So let's get started here. We'll begin the video. First see what all things we have in our today's video. First, why you should focus in chemistry, okay? I'm telling you why KSET is why focus should be on chemistry, what all benefits are there, that we will discuss. KSET chemistry syllabus I'll tell you in detail, then what all resources you should have, month wise study plan, this is very important, organic, inorganic and physical strategy I'll tell you, how to complete a chapter in chemistry, key points to remember and mistakes to avoid. So these all things are valid till the next year when your KSET 2026 exam will occur, right? Before that you cannot have, till that you have to remember all these things, and I want all of you to sit with a notebook and a pen and list down all the important things that I'm going to discuss in this video. So first, moving to why you should focus on chemistry. Now see, chemistry is having less syllabus. If I add both PU1 and PU2, I have total 19 chapters, okay, which is least from physics and maths. Next thing, in chemistry it is neither only theory like bio or neither only numerical like maths, right? So it is a perfect balance. If you are someone who loves to solve numericals, then also you have an advantage, and if you are someone who can remember a lot of things, who can understand a concept but weak in maths, for those students also chemistry is the best choice. Next, easy to moderate concepts. If you see the chemistry concepts, they are not very difficult. If you find a good teacher who can explain you the concepts in a simplified way, then all these concepts are very, very simple and easy to understand. The next thing, direct questions majorly. So in KSET as well as in PU2, you will get direct questions from your case. There is no room for making too much twist and turn in the KSET and PU2 questions from chemistry. Okay, and lastly, predictable questions. Okay, so we can easily predict the questions. There is never happened in the last 10 to 15 years that we have think whatever the pattern has not changed drastically. It is a very, very predictable pattern. You can know what type of questions will be asked and you can prepare accordingly. Okay, next, moving to what is your chemistry syllabus. So I have just shown you PU2 there are 10 chapters, okay, and PU1 there are 9 chapters, right? So for PU2, for your board exams, you need to focus on these 10 chapters. For KSET examination, you have to focus on these 19 chapters. Now PU2, you can easily expect from each of these chapters. So let me just tell you, these are your physical, this is inorganic, and this is organic, right? So from each of these chapters, you can easily expect 4 to 5 questions. Okay, and in PU1 all these chapters majorly will give you 1 questions. Okay, the chapters which I have highlighted in yellow, they can give you 2 to 3 questions. Okay, 2 to 3 questions, majorly 2, but sometimes you can expect even 2 to 3 questions, right? Now moving forward to the resources, so you should have chemistry NCERT book for both 11th and 12th, so total 4 books will be there. NCERT exemplar you should have. Previous year questions 15 years, so you should have 2 previous year questions book. One is for PU2 and another is for KSET. Okay, so for KSET you can take PU2, you can take Jivit publication book. This is the best book I find in the market. And for KSET you can take Disha if you want only PYQs, or you can take even MTG. Okay, I'm writing here, or if you want PYQs plus some extra questions. Next, short notes. For preparation of short notes, I want all of you to maintain 3 registers. Okay, 3 registers each for physical, inorganic and organic. Okay, next, Diksha Karnataka, our channel is the most reliable and the best resource, online resource that you can find for KSET preparation. Okay, so this is our channel, you can subscribe it. So now moving to the month wise plan. So now we are in May. Okay, I hope all of your sessions, classes have already been started. If not, our Diksha from our YouTube channel, we have already launching the KSET 2026 very soon. I think on May 19th or 20th, we'll be launching it. So in this May, you have to complete the chapter solutions. Okay, it is a PU2 chapter. In June, we will be doing these chapters: electrochemistry, kinetics, DNF block, and coordination. So there are total 4 chapters, right? In 1 month, there are 4 weeks. So you can just imagine 1 chapter per week, which is easily doable. Next July, we have haloalkanes, alcohols and aldehydes. So this one you can do in 1 week, this one you can do in 1 week, and this one you can do in 2 weeks. Okay. Next, coming to in August, we have amines and biomolecules. Only 2 topics I have given you. Then coming to September, you have to do proper revision of all these topics that you have studied and the preparation of midterm. I think in October, maybe the midterm is there, or in September, you can prepare for midterm. Now a question may arise, ma'am, if in our school all the chapters are not completed, how we will do? So you don't have to worry. Our YouTube batch will start and we will be able to complete all the syllabus on time. Okay, so if your school or college is not able to finish, you can rely on us. Okay. Next, we'll come to October. In October, maybe your midterm exam is there, so you will be appearing for that. Then you will be start revising the PU1 chapters, okay? Because we have all completed all the PU2 chapters. Now we can focus on PU1 chapters. Now in PU1 chapter, when you start, you should start with yellow highlighted topics. If you see the syllabus first slide, I have from PU1, I have highlighted some topics in PU1 syllabus. So you have to first focus on those yellow highlighted topics, and like besides, simultaneously you should also be doing PU2 revision. Okay. Next, we have November. You should continue the revision of PU1, PU2 and the revision of PYQs. Okay. Next, when we come to December, you have to write mock tests for both KSET and PU2. In January, you have to write mock test, but 60% mock test will be for PU2 and 40% you will be writing mock test for KSET. And you will also be focusing on your pre-boards. And if you are an aspirant of JEE exam will be there. So in here you can also add a JEE mock test. Okay, if you are an aspirant of JEE preparation, JEE mock test, you can also continue in November, December, January, right? Now coming to February, in February again you have to write only the mock test for PU2, okay? And here one more thing will be there, your practicals. Practical exams will be there, so you have to focus on that as well, okay? Next, mock test for PU2 will be there, and your pre-boards may be there in February. Some colleges have, I don't know. And in March and April, you have to first focus only on your PU2 exams. Your final board exams will be there, okay? And after your boards, you have to focus on KSET only. Okay, so these are the things that you have to do. Now, how to study a chapter, what all things are there, we will be discussing soon. So after this, how to study chemistry. So first I'll be talking about inorganic chemistry. Okay, so in inorganic chemistry is very important to read NCERT thoroughly. Okay, each and every line word you should read thoroughly. Okay, reread and underline the reasoning and statement and trends. Okay, so in organic chemistry is mostly about trends. It is mostly about the ionization enthalpy order, atomic size order, right? Magnetic moment, paramagnetic nature. So these all things are there. So you have to read it first time, second time read it, and then underline the important points. Highlight the important exceptions that is there. Do in-text and exercise questions. okay, for NCERT. Next, marks the questions unable to solve and prepare a list of trends and exceptions. So in your notes, okay, you are reading, this part is over, and finally when you have read everything, you want to prepare a note. The note should be all about the trends and exceptions. Like for example, there's a chapter D and F block. I have read everything. Atomic size is there, one concept. I read completely about atomic size, but what I will write in the note, I will write atomic size, okay. I'll write first increases and then decreases. Sorry, first decreases and then increases. That's what I'll write in the notes. So notes should be very, very crisp and to the point. Do not write big essays in your notes. Now moving forward to physical chemistry, read NCERT thoroughly once, okay. Note down the important formulas. You don't have to reread your NCERT book for physical chemistry. Note down all the important formulas, do in-text and exercise questions, then mark the questions which you are unable to solve and write down in your register, okay. Coming back to organic chemistry, read NCERT thoroughly once, reread and underline the important reagents and reactions. Do in-text and exercise questions, marks the questions unable to solve. That is common for all the three subjects. This is important here. Prepare the flow charts for preparation and chemical properties in a single page. I'll show you how to do the flow chart. Next, make a separate note for name reactions and reagents. Okay, suppose you studied the first chapter, there are 2, 3 or 10 name reactions are there. Those should be written in one page, okay. Now I'll tell you how can you make a flow chart. So if you haven't studied now, might not be understanding, but to prepare alcohols, we have these many methods. So this is a flow chart that I have prepared. So in your NCERT book, each reaction is given in paragraph wise. You don't have to write that. You have to prepare these type of flow charts, okay. Moving forward with how to solve the previous year questions. Okay, so I told you after every chapter you have to solve the previous year questions. So you have to solve last 5 years of pre-YQs, not very old, last 5 years. Give score to yourself. So if you're, majorly this is for KSET. So suppose you have solved 30 questions for last 5 years. For every correct answer, give 1 and for wrong answer, 0. So you will have an idea, okay, from this chapter, 30 questions, how much you are scoring. Next, note down the topics of these questions. Suppose you solved question number 1. Okay, once you have done all the questions, now you are going to analyze it, right? You have to put marks for yourself. At that time, see question number 1 is from which topic? Question number 2 is from which topic? In this way, you can analyze the important topics, means the topic from which majority of the questions are being asked, right? That is your important topics. Now, encircle the wrong questions and identify the reason for it. What was the reason? Like whether you forgot the formula or you are not able to apply the formula. So just understand the reason behind it. Next, do without referring to the study material. Okay, so when you are solving the previous year questions, you should not see the solutions or your notes. Okay, you have to solve it like a test. Then give a remark about the level of the preparation based on the scores. So suppose whatever is there, if you are getting 85% and above, okay, then it is, I can say, good. Okay, if you are getting 50% to 84%, then you can give yourself average. And if it is less than 50%, then you have to, like, very poor performance, and you have to reread the chapters, reread the concepts. Okay. Next, moving forward, how to complete a chapter. So these are some important things that you should be remembering. See, first you have to read the NCERT for that particular chapter. Next, we will be making videos also. So for example, solutions is the first chapter. You can, if you don't want to go directly to the book, you can watch the videos. There will be 2 videos on solutions chapter. You can completely watch both the videos, so you have a rough idea about the chapter. Now go and read NCERT line by line. So if any minute details are there, any important information, theoretical information is there, that you can note down. Next, you should prepare your short notes. After that, PYQs, at least 15 to 30 PYQs for each chapter you should solve. And these PYQs include both, right? These PYQs are for both PU2 plus KSET. Okay. Next, you have to give a small chapter test. So for chapter test, you can, if you have taken MTG book, you will be having a lot of questions, or you can just redo the questions and then you have to revise it. And how to study? First, select the chapter, then short prepare short notes, solve the PU2 PYQs, then solve KSET PYQs, and then write a small test. And yes, for chapter test, one of the best resource can be even your exemplar book. Right, you can take exemplar book. There will be also 15-20 MCQs. You can solve that for chapter test. Okay. Next, moving to some key points that you should be remembering. I have already discussed this. So first, you should be prioritizing your PU2. Okay, means PU2 means I'm saying class 12 syllabus. Okay, in KSET both class 11 and class 12 will be asked. So you have to first complete your class 12 syllabus. You have to target at least 90 plus, or I will say 95 plus in PU2 chemistry board exams. Okay, you can easily get that if you start preparing from right now. Then you have to always prepare for KSET and PU2 together. One chapter completed, do PU previous year questions, do KSET previous year questions, then go for the next chapter. So it should be go hand in hand. Next, weekly revision and mock test. So every Sunday, keep it for revising what all chapters you have completed and write a small test on the Sundays, like on weekends. And the very important thing is consistency. Okay, I have given you plenty of time, right? If you see the timetable, in 1 week you have to complete one chapter. So that is a very, very pretty good time that is given to you. You can use it efficiently and prepare all the chapters holistically. Okay, fine. Next, if I talk about what all things you should be avoiding, mistakes, this is very important. And these mistakes you should not be doing till the next year when your exam is over. Ignoring NCERT. Please do not do that. You might be thinking, ma'am, your video lectures are there. Why we need to read NCERT? So that is not the case. NCERT, whatever you read, from whichever coaching, whichever resource, whatever is there, you have to read NCERT. Okay, that is mandatory in chemistry. Next, too many resources. No. You are referring to videos, you are referring to your coaching material, you are referring to your NCERT book and another 10 books you are following. Not like that. Very simple. First, you have to watch the videos. Then you have to read the NCERT, or you can directly start with NCERT. But I'm telling you to watch videos first so that you can have a rough idea about the chapter. Okay, in this chapter, these all concepts are there. Now, when you read NCERT and you understand that, you can easily relate to it, right? So first, you have to watch the videos. It will be available in our channel. Then you have to read the NCERT book. Okay, after that you have to start solving the KSET PYQs and PU2 PYQs. KSET PYQs we will be doing, JEE PYQs also we will be doing. For PU2 PYQs you can refer to Jeevit publication book. Okay, after that you have to write a test from where you can take test. If you have taken MTG book, then you will have many questions there. You can just select randomly any 10 questions and solve. If not, you can do NCERT exemplar also. Okay, after that, this is the next mistake. You should not skip PYQs and you should do it chapter wise. Okay, after that, studying without targets. So if you have just started your preparation without any target, when your syllabus will be completed, when you will be doing revision, there is no idea, then you cannot prepare properly, right? So make sure, I have already given you a monthly timetable, monthly targets. So please paste it on your study table so that you have a clear idea for this. Next, not making notes. Many students feel that we can take the notes printed form from some other person notes. Please don't do that. Make your own notes. That is really, really helpful. You will be very, very able to revise very quickly if you have your own notes. So now you have time, since it is starting of the session, enough time is there. So please start making notes with every chapter. Okay, so that's all in this video, students, and I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you will be following this strategy. And if you have any queries, any doubts that, ma'am, how to do this, how to do that, any other queries you have, please put down in the comment section. I will definitely address to it. Okay, so thank you for watching. And for the students who have already appeared in 2025, your counseling process is going to begin. So for that also we are making a lot of videos, so do subscribe the channel, right? Thank you and all the best.